Good morning. Happy Monday. I messed up. Sorry about that. Now I got to play it again. Sorry, you got to hear it again. Good morning, Iron. Young Riyadh. Morning, young Riaz. How you doing? I know you can't come up today. I just wanted to do a quick live. I'm gonna leave my house about. I was gonna leave at 7:30. I'll wait till about 7:50. I got to go back to the Board of Education because that lady said she'll be in office today that I talked to all last week about my livelihood, my retirement that they don't want to give me for all my years of service. Yeah, I'm going to go down there and sit on that bench and watch them walk in their office and sit in the lobby, sign myself in, and wait patiently until she sees me, until somebody sees me. You know, I called supervisors last week. Nobody's in the office. You got to go through the secretary. Okay, you're telling Miss Archie all this. Okay, I'm doing everything you're telling me to do. I waited an hour, over an hour and a half, and so some said lady, Miss Campbell, tells me, "Oh no, I can't give you your medical records out of my." I said, "Excuse me." I went to my doctors and I got this information and I brought it to you all, and you're telling me you can't go in my folder in my file and pull it and go to the copy machine and run me a Family Medical Leave Act and a doctor's note saying I couldn't work for the rest of that school year. You can't give it to me. She said, no, you have to go to your doctors. So what did I do? I ran around to all these doctors that I tried to remember all these people that I saw 5-6 years ago, 2018, trying to remember. I walked out of that classroom October the 17th, 2017, and I didn't go back. Had a medical procedure done, Family Medical Leave Act, turned the paperwork in. It's there. I guess you can't find it or somebody misplaced it. I don't know. I know I turned it in to them, to the school board, to Human Resources. So then there's one more letter I need stating why I couldn't work for the rest of that school year, 2017-2018 school year. Okay, fast forward 5-6 years later, almost 6 years later, 2023. I'm trying to get all this stuff done. I got some issues going on with my house. A payment. Hint, hint. You know what that means. And these people won't give me what I brought them to put in my folder that they have after 25, almost 30 years of service as a teacher in this county. I was teacher of the year 2010 for this county. I was teacher assistant of the year back in 2000 for this county. And they won't give me my SHIT. Okay, I'm not going to continue to run around trying to find all these doctors trying to get this information. I'm going down there. I'll be there at 7:50. I'm leaving my house. It's maybe 5 minutes away from my house. I will sit there and wait until somebody sees me. I'm not going to cut the fool like I almost did on last Thursday. I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to interrupt like y'all on YouTube say I do. I'm going to be calm and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to wait and wait and wait and wait till they give me my information. That's what Miss Archie's going to do. And then if they don't, I guess I'm going to have to get me a lawyer. I mean, I don't understand this. Please just give me those two pieces of information that you said you were going to give me last week, but then you conveniently are not in the office when I take my tail down there. Instead of calling on the phone, my brother said, no, go down there. I go, and she's conveniently not there last Thursday. Okay, I know it's the holiday. Y'all getting ready to leave. Kids are out this week. I know all this. I used to work in the school system. I know all this. But come on, that lady, Miss Campbell, could have gave me that, talking about she could. You're going to have to go to your doctors. I can't give you. I said, ma'am, my information that I brought down here, and you're telling me you can't give it to me. Okay, bye-bye. Poof, be gone. So this morning, I'm going up in there. This other lady, she better be in there. If she's not, I'm calling supervisors. I got to get this taken care of for my livelihood, for my son and my daughter, and this house payment. Okay, it's ridiculous. You give your all to people, and then this is how they treat you. I went through this with Social Security after my husband died. Miss Archie, this black lady, told me, I can get the money for the kids, but you can't get a check. You can't get any money as a spouse of a deceased husband. No, you make too much money. Anything over $14,000 a year, you cannot get a check. You cannot get compensated for your husband's death. You know, the money that would help compensate, help go with the money that my kids were getting. It wasn't going to be for me. It was going to be for my kids and my stepson. Well, Miss Archie ran her mouth too much, and she let it slip that her stepson lives in Winston-Salem with her mother-in-law. And, oh, Miss Archie, we can't do that. Your mother-in-law's going to have to call on him. Okay, I'll tell her. I'll tell her. And that's what we did. And he got his money that his father left for him, working all these years. You give your life, you work up all these years, and this is how they treat you. This is how they treat you. Yeah, this is how they treat you. So, like I say, I'm going down there. I made a video this morning, and I might just play it. I was a little frustrated with my son this morning because I wake up and he's upstairs in the bonus room where he plays the game that his father told him don't be playing on that game. Last words he said to him. So he was up there on the floor asleep, had been playing probably till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. When I woke up, it was like 3, a little after 3. I go up there, and of course, I haven't been up there in, mind you, in like 4 years because I actually fell down my steps. I slid. I went up there to change the thermostat to put it on heat. This is when I was still teaching. So it probably happened around 2016, maybe early 2017. I came out in the end of 2017. But I fell down the steps. I slipped on my butt, and I thought I broke my tailbone. So I got myself together. I was in pain. I got in the shower. I went on to work. I taught. After lunch, I'm like, I can't even sit down in the chair. I need to go to the doctor. So she let me leave, and I went to the doctor. And they said, Miss Archie, they did X-ray where you sit down. This is the type of X-ray they did. You didn't break your tailbone, which is a good thing, but you do have bladder. What did he call it? Bladder stones. And so I thought, is that the same as kidney stones? Because my brother had that problem years ago. He said, no, it's not the same as kidney stones where you have to pass it. You just have these urine where you're not using the bathroom regularly, like going to pee, going to urinate. I said, well, I'm a teacher at work. They don't let us go to the bathroom. I got to sit here and hold it. Sometimes half a day I would hold it, praying I didn't wet on myself while I'm trying to teach these kids. So anyway, the principal, she had threatened to write me up. She was the mean principal. I had 4 principals. The one that hired me was the best, Miss Lewis. And then there was Mr. Coleman. He was okay. He didn't like me because I kind of went against some of the teachers that he liked. So yeah, he didn't like me too much. And then I was late for work a lot, so he didn't like me. I just had newborn, my daughter. I had a 2.5-year-old and a newborn, and I would be late for work periodically. Well, he never wrote me up, even though he threatened to. The secretary called me one day. She said, Miss Archie, you got to watch your tardies. Mr. Coleman is on you. I said, I know, Miss Robinson. She didn't have to do that, but she did it for me. So then the third principal. Oh, Miss Ford. I love Miss Ford. She got on me one day, though, because I was crying and upset about something that happened. Went on a parent. I don't even remember what it was, but I went into her office and she said, shut up your damn crying. I said, what you say to me? She said, shut up your damn crying, Miss Mckoy-Archie. I said, okay. And I straightened up and I left her office. She didn't want to see me hysterical. She didn't want to see me upset. She wanted to see me strong. The problem is when somebody keeps poking and poking at you and coming at you, you're not going to be strong all the time. So, I sucked it up. She helped me with a situation. Uh, She got classroom materials for me. She did everything for me and my kids. She loved us to death, and I loved her to death. Then the last principal, Miss Tucker. Oh God, we just butted heads because I was older, just like you people on YouTube. We butt heads because y'all want me to listen to you. She wanted me to listen to her. Y'all don't want to listen to me. She didn't want to listen to me. I'm in that classroom by myself with these 5 and 6-year-olds, and you're going to sit up here and tell me how to teach my class, and you don't give me adequate help? I got to get smart and use my higher students to help me with my middle students so that I can work with my lower students. See how that works? Grab and go breakfast bags in the morning. They don't, these principals, they don't want the kids going to the cafeteria. It's too much time. 30 minutes time from 7:15 until, it used to be 7:30. They changed the time to 7:15. So from 7:15 to 7:45, you got to have them, had to have come in that class, whether their parents bring them late or not. They got to eat the breakfast. Mind you, these are 5 and 6-year-olds that have spills, milk spills I had to clean up, cereal everywhere, syrup all over their clothes, syrup on their paperwork in the morning work that she wanted me to have on the desk. I refused. I refused to put morning work on these 5 and 6-year-old desks with all that food and milk and syrup and spills. Then I got to clean it up all before the bell rings. And if you don't have it cleaned up by 7:45, they're coming in there to observe you. You got to be on point, ready to teach right at 7:45. So this is what Miss Archie had to deal with as a teacher. Yes, I did. But nobody understands the life of a teacher. That's what I wanted to make my channel about. Not about this beefing and getting back at people. I want my channel to be positive. I've always been positive. Facebook, if you go to my Facebook page, it's private. You can hack it, I guess. These people, damn scammers and hackers. Everything is positive on my Facebook page. That's what I bring to this page. I did go after some of you all because y'all came after me. I did in my first few videos, but I'm done with all that. But what I'm saying to you today, I have to get down to the school board in about 20 minutes and sit there and wait for this lady to give me my paperwork. And if she doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to continue to run. I already got to wait for calls to go pick up all the paperwork that I went to all these doctors for last Thursday. I don't want to have to go to there's 4 more places I got to go. I don't want to have to do that. Because I got to get on the road and take my son back to school. Got to get him back for 2 o'clock because he's already missed 2. He can only miss 2 classes. And it starts affecting his grade. Well, I'm not going to let that affect his grade. So I'm going to make sure I get him back there by at least 1 o'clock so that he has a good hour before he has to go to class. This is my plan today. So I need prayers. I need help. Anybody out there that's spiritual like Miss Archie is, say a little prayer for her that she go right down to the school board and get what she needs so she can come home and get my son ready to go back to school. This is crazy. He's got 3 weeks. I told him I'm not coming to get you. You made the first week in May, you'll be out. After your exams, you'll be out for the whole summer. I'll come and get you then. So we have an understanding. But this morning he upset me because he was up there, and then him and my daughter got my upstairs bonus room looking like the Tasmanian devil came through there. I mean, I got pictures. I got the video I did this morning that I might display. I might not display. I'll see how I feel. It was just unacceptable. I didn't leave that room like that. I ain't leave my bedroom the way it is. My daughter was sleeping in there. She done tore my bedroom up. She got my bathroom looking all a mess, a hot mess, you know. But we're going to work it out. My kids don't like for me to tell them anything. They think I'm yelling at them all the time. Well, Mama's straining right now because I think I have bronchitis. I've had this a little bit too long, about 2 weeks now. And my right ear hurts, like I got an ear infection. And I'm coughing here and there, but it's more of that stuff in mucus or whatever in your throat because of the pollen. It all started with the pollen. Well, I took a little bit of medicine and I didn't. So it's probably done slipped into bronchitis. I've had all this before. Hoarseness in your voice. You can't get through it. So I got to go get to the doctor and get something stronger. Yes, I have to get some, and I don't want to take it, but I will to get rid of this because it's not a good feeling. Your chest is hurting, your chest is tightening up, and you're trying to talk and you can barely talk. My kids think I'm yelling at them because I can't hear out of my right ear. Like I can feel pain in my right ear. So it feels like a child going through ear infection. So when I drop him off and get back to Fayetteville, but before that, I got to drive back to Winston-Salem to my husband to the cemetery because I forgot to put my little butterfly down. My mother-in-law puts flowers, I put butterflies. So I got to drive 30 more miles to Winston-Salem to try to drop this butterfly off. And I hadn't been to see him in 5-6 years. So I did. When I went to pick my son up Friday. That's what we did. So I was coming back. Instead of coming back that last Thursday night, I said, you know what? I'm getting sleepy. We just ate. We need to go to your dorm room. It's on the way. Let's go to your dorm room and let Mama get like 3-4 hours of sleep. And that's what we did. But instead of letting me sleep in his bed, the joker, me and his sister were on the floor. I said, I ain't going to take his bed. He would have gave it to me. He offered, but I said, no, no, no. And then instead of saying, Mama, go ahead, the joker just got up there. And so I had to lay on the floor for about 3 hours. And then we got up and we came on back. We stopped to get something to eat and then we came on back to Fayetteville. So people say on YouTube, young content creators said that Miss Archie's too invested. So if I'm too invested in YouTube, am I sitting up making 15,000 videos a day on somebody? No, I might make one periodically here and there when somebody gets on my nerves or pisses me off, the way they say that I'm doing them. Yeah, yeah. But I just wanted to teach y'all a little lesson. Whatever you do, I know I have those copies in my house somewhere because I never turn in anything without making a copy. I learned that when I was in college at Wilmington, and I learned that when I was at Fayetteville State. Because they will lose your information. Just like that lady told me, I don't see the Family Medical. How do you not see the Family Medical Leave Act form documentation? That's the first thing I turned in. It's only 2 things I turned in. It shouldn't be a whole lot of stuff in my file. I don't have any write-ups over 18 years. I was teacher of the year, teacher assistant of the year, bus driver. Like what should else be in my folder? But my beginning paperwork when I first applied as a teacher assistant back in 98, when I became a teacher, full-blood teacher, upon graduation, December 2001. Like, I don't know what, it should only be like 4 pieces of information in that folder. She acted like she couldn't give it to me. So I called supervisors, like I say, they weren't answering. You have to go through there to the secretaries. Secretaries weren't answering. Nobody was answering Miss Archie's call. That was my deadline last Thursday. Luckily, the mortgage company, they're going to give me till May the 1st. But it's ridiculous what you have to go through just to get something done. And you turned the paperwork in. You did what you were supposed to do. And they just want to give you the runaround. And I don't say this to sound prejudiced, but well, there's some white people that won't do for you, and there's some that will. I had some family, the Hen Camp Jewelers here where I live. They did everything for me, and all I had to do was take care of their kids so they can go out to eat, have a little date night. That's all I did for years. Somebody on YouTube called me Iron's mammy. A mammy, really? You know what a mammy is? But I guess I was a mammy for that white family, an Asian family. I guess I was. She was Asian, white. He was white. Yeah, I guess I was a mammy. But I wasn't heavy set. It says if you look up mammy, it's a heavy set or a fat black woman who takes care of a white woman's child. That's what that means, and they call me that on YouTube. But that's that's here, neither here nor there. Words don't hurt me. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but names can never hurt me. But don't ever turn any, even if it's just a gas receipt or a restaurant receipt. You got your proof. I learned that. Keep receipts from Mr. Skinny. Keep it, make a copy of it, put it somewhere in a safe place, because these people will come back and say you didn't do it, and you know in your heart you did it. I physically went to my doctors, physically went back down, not being in the right state of mind. I did that. Was stressed out, a little bit of anxiety going on, social anxiety at the time. Went through it twice in my life. I know what's going on with me. People threatening to take my kid. You don't go to a hospital, we're gonna call social service on you, take your kids away. How you gonna do that to me when you know my husband died 11 years ago? How you gonna do that to Miss Archie when she's trying to raise these kids? She's running up and down the road to competition. These dance moms wanted to have my kids separated and taken away from me. So I sucked it up and I went to that emergency room hospital in Lumberton. Yes, I did. Didn't want to be there. Thought about my kids the whole time. Yeah. Then the doctor finally comes after day 2. Miss Archie, we want to take you, Miss Mckoy-Archie, we want to put you on the 3rd floor. Nope. I don't think so. I'm not going to the 3rd floor. Y'all gonna pump me with medicine and I'll never see my kids again. No, thank you. I want to go home. So he said, okay, you're refusing? I said, I'm not going. Call my Miss Betty. She's my contact. Call her. He called her. The next morning she came. That was on a Sunday. Her and my son. My son is crying. Mama, please, why don't you just do what they say? Go to the... No, Devon, I will not. I said, do you believe in God? He said, yes, Mama. Because I instilled that in him. Because their father believed in God. Their father went to church faithfully. When Miss Archie didn't go, he was there. I instilled that in him. Believe in God. Pray. When you need prayer, pray. When you get scared, pray. And he'll answer you every time. I did that. I laid in that hospital bed. Lord, help me. Help me get back to my kids, Lord. And that's exactly what happened. He was crying. 3 times in his life, I've seen my son cry. One, I was doing like a carpool situation where one of my students, her older sister was at the same middle school. She would pick my son up and hold him in the car until I got there, and I did the same for her daughter. If she wasn't there, I would sit there and hold her daughter until she got there. That particular day, she called me. She said, "It's Mckoy-Archie, your son is crying." I said, "What's wrong? What happened? Did somebody do something to him?" She said, "No, they're gonna change his classes." I said, "What do you mean? He gotta switch teachers?" She said, "Yeah, because he was in a lottery. That's not his home school. I put my kids in choice school when they left me at Ponderosa. I put them in choice school where I wanted them to go. So because of that, and there's an overcrowding of students, they're gonna put him in a pool, his name in a pool, and they're gonna pull his name. So he has to go. He has to have different teachers. Okay, he had been in school 2 months. He just went to middle school. You're gonna switch him?" I pleaded with the principal. He said, "Ma'am, I can't help you." I said, "Okay." So he cried about that. Cried about when he saw his mama in the hospital and she refused to comply. The same way these people on YouTube say I refuse to comply. Yeah. See how that goes full circle? Guys, I'm not looking in the chat because I'm kind of pressed for time, but I'll look at it in a minute. I thank all of you who are here and who are ever watching. I thank y'all. But I'm trying to teach y'all a little moment, a teachable moment here, because Miss Archie she might have to act a fool if she goes to that school board and they don't give me my paperwork. I don't want to go to jail, but y'all pray for me that I stay calm and that they give me what I need so that I don't have to keep running trying to remember what doctor. Can you remember from 5, 6 years ago, 2018? I can't remember that. I mean, I remember because I drove. I started backtracking. I started with my gynecologist and then I backtracked. I went next door to the imaging place and then I backtracked. The imaging place gave it to me. I had to wait like 45 minutes, but they gave it to me on disc. just like that. But now I got to wait for these other officers to call me so that I can go pick up my medical records to try to find two pieces of information that the school board has. Like, I gave these people my life. My friend Miss Holmes, she said, Edie, you better slow down. She kept telling me that. What you mean, Miss Holmes? She's like a mom to me. She said, Edie, the school is going to be here when you're not here. You keep running yourself down. You keep running, running, running. You don't slow down. They're going to be here and you're going to be gone. And that's exactly what happened. Stress will kill you. Y'all better take heed. Y'all better listen to Miss Archie. For once on YouTube, you better take care. I took care of myself medically and my children, but I just mentally, I guess socially, I didn't do nothing for myself. I didn't leave my children with anybody. I didn't leave them with my parents so I can go to the beach for a weekend with the girl trip. One of my friends wanted me to go. I said no, I can't. I can't. I gotta get my son to practice. He was doing football, baseball, basketball faithfully since he was 4. He started out with soccer. His dad wanted him in football, play football. I was terrified. I was sitting up on the hill, me and my daughter. I never forget it. When he first started playing, he started with flag, then he went to tackle. And so I'm like, oh God. And then they had the nerve, those coaches had the nerve to make my son the, what do you call it when you're blocking the oncoming team? What is it called? Dang it, it was on the tip of my tongue. Whatever he was, that position they had him playing. He's the smallest one on the team. And they had my son. And so I saw all of them like pop. He had the football. He was running with the football, and all of a sudden he fell, and everybody just all the team, the whole team, just got on top of my son. I looked. I got scared. I said, "Lord, his daddy wanted him to play. I didn't want him to play football. Now I do soccer, baseball, and basketball." But I said, "Okay." And I said, if it's meant for him to do this, he'll do it. I said, Lord, if he gets up and he's not crying, I know he's okay. And that's exactly what happened. All of them start getting up off of him, and I see my son get up. I'm looking to see if he's crying. No, those coaches made my son so tough. I got pictures, his little football pictures when he was 8, 9, and 10. He's got that mean mug look on his face. I'm like, look at here. That's what his daddy wanted. That's what I did. He ain't here. That's what I did. Whatever he asked me to do. The only thing I didn't do that he told me to do, he said, Edie, go back and be a principal. I said, nope, no, I don't want to. You see, I call you every time I'm going through on this job, and every time you walk me back down, get me okay. See, I don't have that no more. I had that in my daddy, and then my daddy passed away in 2020. So all I have is the Lord. So I continue to trust and believe in the Lord. Let him help me. And that's exactly what he did. He brought Miss Archie out of, she couldn't eat, she couldn't drink, she couldn't drive, she couldn't cry, she couldn't laugh. 2 times in my life. He did that for me. People talk, God is not real. Yes, the hell he is. Excuse me, Lord, I didn't mean to say hell. Yes, he is. Y'all better trust and believe. Call on him. I did that. I said, when they were coming at me, Mr. Skinny's panel, I said, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Every time Miss Rainey was coming at me, I said, Jesus, take the wheel. And they keep somebody in the chat type, why are you bringing Jesus into this? Because Jesus is my world. He's my everything. He's got me out of the toughest situations, dire straits. Miss Archie was supposed to be here twice in my life, and she's still here. You know, I'm not an angry person. I'm kind of raising my voice, yeah, because I can barely hear it on my right ear, and my throat is hurting me. And I got to go to the doctor and get some stronger medicine because that Claritin is not doing it. You living in North Carolina, living in certain climates, it's dry. We don't get enough rain. You're going to suffer. The pollen hit last month. You're going to suffer. It'll make you feel like you got to go lay down and about to pass out and think you're not going to be here no more. That's how pollen and allergies, seasonal allergies do you. I've been dealing with it since I was a child, since we came here. Every year, twice a year, I would cough. My grandmother called it the whooping cough. I didn't know dust. I guess I'm allergic to dust, grass. It was hard cutting the grass when me and my son used to do it. I would have to come in, stop the lawnmower, come in at least 4 times, sometimes 5, lay on my floor, get a bottle of water, drink it, and lay on the floor under the ceiling fan to get myself together. I didn't have this because Miss Archie rushes. She walks fast. I've done that since I was in high school. They used to call me Speedy Gonzalez. When I was teaching the kids, had the kids in the hallway, they said I was the queen duckling, and I had all my little ducklings walking behind me. I had the kids walking fast. I don't know. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. You know, when I was running with my kids before I went down, I would drop my son off. I had to take him to practice or take him to a game, drop him off, Go take my daughter to dance class at the rec centers, different rec centers, running around. Rush back to go get him. Watch a little bit of his game. I got so many videos I forgot I had of my son and my daughter where I would have to hurry up. And when I get there, I would record them real quick and then I leave and go get the other one and record over there. All that running. And then the principal wanted to write me up because I had to go to the bathroom. Then the doctor, when I fell down the steps, he said, "You got bladder stones?" Was because I'm holding urine because they won't let me go to the bathroom. When you eat and drink after lunch, what's the first thing you're going to have the urge to do? Go to the bathroom. See how these people do? Did Miss Archie? I'm not complaining and crying like people on YouTube said about me. I'm venting and asking for advice and trying to tell somebody so that you don't go through what Miss Archie went through. But no, they said I was crying and complaining. Whatever, have at it. Well, it's 7:40. I got 10 minutes and I'm going to get in my car and go over there to that school board. And then I'm going to come home and my son better have his clothes washed. Something he should have done 3 days ago when we got here. Or last night. But he did like his mama. I used to do the same thing. Wait until it's time to get ready to go and I try to wash my clothes up. Get him back to school, 2 o'clock class. Get back here and I guess I'm going to run over to the Med 1 and try to get me some medicine for this. I know what it is. It's bronchitis. I had it before. I've been hoarse too much. It's been 2 weeks. So it's done slipped into bronchitis. So, they'll give me medicine that I don't want to take, but I'm going to do it just to get rid of this because I don't like feeling this way. The older I get, the worse the allergies are. One of my friends, she says she gets shots for it. I don't like needles. I don't want no shot. I'll take care of this. I'll nip this in the bud. But whenever you make a copy, whenever you get ready to turn something into whatever it is, make a copy of it. Yeah, if you have to keep it in your wallet, keep it in your wallet because they will lie and say that you never turned it in. They will lie and say they don't have it. I'm calling it a lie because it is a lie. I know what I turned into them people, and they know they know I got that information in them because I would have never got a paycheck for the rest of the school year. I had so many sick leave days. I had enough sick leave days for years, so they gave me a full ride for the rest of the school year. I got a paycheck as if I was still there. I was trying to figure out, wow, this happened. Miss Robinson hooked it up, the school secretary, bookkeeper, she hooked it up. And I got a paycheck that whole year and was able to file taxes. Almost got $10,000 worth of taxes. Never. Every year she filed my taxes for the child tax credit. I probably got maybe $3,000 at the most. Almost $4,000. That's it. I don't know how. She got me over $8,000, almost $9,000 that year. I don't know what she did. I don't know what she said. I don't know what she put down. But she did it for Miss Archie. She must have saw something in me. All them years of service. She did it for me. She couldn't do it anymore because I didn't go back to work the next school year. October the 17th, 2017, last time I came out and walked out of that classroom, left all my stuff, thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stuff. I refused to bring it home over the summer because the school had roaches. They had them big water bugs, they would come up out of the drain. I'm not bringing that. They would get in my I don't know how they got into my plastic bins. I went and bought. I had over 35, 40 plastic bins left in that up on the top shelf of the classroom. After I took the materials out at the beginning of the year, I had all those plastic bins. I would have them stacked up, the empty ones stacked up, and pushed like in a corner somewhere. You know, that was Miss Archie. She gave it her all, just like she tried to give her all to these people on YouTube, and then they turned their back. They twisted my words, lied, and all that shit. But it is what it is. It's all full circle. It's all ironic. It happened here. It happened here. It happened here. But Miss Archie's supposed to be weak. She's supposed to be old, grieving. She's supposed to be a fucking bitch ass hoe. All these names they call me. Queen Regina Tactics and Sister T. Well, they did something for me. Queen Regina never made a video on me like Lonnie did. She never put me on her community wall like Lonnie did. She did go over, however, and put comments when Lonnie was talking about me all the times, but she didn't go on her page and do it. And Sister T, she was there for me when Lonnie was doing all that shit. She sure was. She put me, she showed me what she was gonna do. She did it, and she worked that situation out. See how good God is? He's gonna put you with the right people. He's gonna put you with the right people. That's not gonna do you in. I stay my little ass over here on this page whenever I feel like coming on. I've been doing some things in my house. I've been making collages, sending them to my mother-in-law when I knew it was the anniversary of her son's death. Doing little things, spending a little more time with my kids, like things I was always doing. But people on YouTube seem to think, oh, Miss Archie, she's too invested. She needs to go to a different sector. No, she's crazy. No, y'all are crazy. Y'all need to go to a different sector. Y'all are too invested. Not Miss Archie. She don't make 15 million videos a day about people and talk about instead of just talking to them, instead of talking at them. That's the dumbest thing I see on YouTube. You got the person's contact information, just like Lonnie had mine, and I had hers. But no, instead of talking to me, she tells her viewers, I try to tell her in a nice way. No, tell Miss Archie, don't be sugarcoating nothing. Don't be walking on eggshells. Tell me exactly what you need to tell me, because I am going to tell you exactly what I need to tell you, whether you like it or not. Whether you want my email or not, whether you want my Instagram DM or not, I'm going to tell you because it's the right thing to do. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Anything Miss Archie has said right now, she said it in a comment section, or she said it in a chat, but nobody wanted to hear it. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. My prerogative is to be me. Y'all ain't going to change me. I'm not trying to change y'all. I did, however, try to help y'all. Not anymore. I learned the hard way. Mind your business, Edie. Mind your business, Miss Mckoy-Archie. And that's what the hell I did. I don't go in their chats anymore. Here, everyone, periodically, I will type in the chat if I see something or I agree with something. Yeah. You know, the Woke trial, they gave me 7 days. I couldn't type in the chat. That was my probation. And then Rainey wants to give me a probationary period in case I do it again. I slipped up one time because I saw the ghost of Mr. Archie. I saw the absolute worst with my face with crying tears coming down it. Yes, I saw that in Mr. Skinny's chat. And I said something. And I got blocked twice. Not once, but twice. That little black box comes up, the message comes up, you have been blocked or timed out by the owner of this channel or one of their moderators. One time I timed somebody out. I don't know how to block. I know how to time people out. I had to learn it. Nobody told me how to do it. I had to learn it. I go behind the other content creators and I time people out. If they say a person's name, if they say a child's name, a woman's name in a disparaging way, yep, I time you out. One time Lonnie came in the chat. She was in the chat. She said, who timed me out? I said, I did. I timed you out. And I told her why. Because you mentioned T.Y.'s daughter. He calls her monster. You mentioned his daughter. And then you had it beside Armando Black, the king of doxing, in the same sentence. That's why I timed you out. She got mad and she went and made more videos on me. She went harder on me. So I start thinking, are these people working behind the scenes? Is that what the word Discord is, where they all get to talk to each other? I was said, Supernova said, oh, we got to do an intervention on Miss Archie. An intervention? What the hell? An intervention on Miss Archie? Okay, whatever. I'm going over here to the right, and I'm going to leave y'all over there to the left. I'm going to be on the top of the mountain. Y'all going to be on the bottom of the mountain looking up at Miss Archie. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because this is what's happening on YouTube. But y'all can have it. I said it. I'm not going to say it no more. I'm venting right now because I'm mad because I know they're going to try to get me to run around when I go to that Board of Education. I don't want to cut the fool. But I get it from my children. I get it when I went to YouTube for entertainment because I didn't watch TV. I cut my cable, let my cable go. Couldn't pay the bill. I let all that go. Guess what I did yesterday? I got it all back. Since I can't be on YouTube, if I type in the chat, here comes the trolls, the disrespecting, disgusting trolls. That certain ones of you content creators will allow them to come at me in your chats. Just let it happen. So I don't go anymore. Then I get asked, why are you not coming in my chat no more? I see you over here. I see you here. Why are you not coming in my chat no more, Miss Archie? I think y'all kicked me out. Y'all kicked me out of the club. I think y'all told me I had a work trial. I'm on probationary period. I think I was told maybe you need to go a different sector. So that's what I did. That's what you tell Miss Archie something one time. You only got to tell me once. All those people that came at me, we told Miss Archie. No, you did not tell Miss Archie. You told your viewers that you told Miss Archie. If you had told me, no more emails, no more phone calls, no more text messages, no more Instagram DMs. Just tell me. But no, y'all lied and said you did, and you didn't. You're not gonna lie on Miss Archie. The school board's not gonna lie on Miss Archie. My children ain't gonna lie on. Nobody's gonna lie on Miss Archie. I'm the most trustworthy person on this damn app, and I'm the most trustworthy person in the classroom and on my job and with my children. But no, everybody wants to get mad at Miss Archie and Mama. Everybody wants to get mad because they want me to be a certain way. Do this, Miss Mama. Mama, do this, Miss Archie. No, I'm 53. I'll be 54 July 29th. If the Lord lets me live and see that day, and I'll praise him on that day. I'm not letting nobody run over me. I will stand up to any of you, any of them. I'm not afraid of nobody. I fear the Lord. That's the only being that you fear is God and Jesus. That's it. You don't feel your spouse, your husband, your boyfriend. I've never had anybody put their hands on me. I ain't never been in a fight before. I had to fight on YouTube against these bullies, cyberbullying, putting my husband's obituary picture on a damn avatar, talking about boo, the ghost of Mr. Archie. Well, guess what? I talked to Mr. Archie and I talked to God and I said, I want you to haunt them for the rest of the go in their dreams, haunt them the way they was haunting me, watching me and stalking me and typing to me at Miss Archie instead of just saying whatever they had to say to me in these chats. And did I say at back? No. I put in bold print for everybody to see what they said to me. I used their words against them. 15, 16 content creators made me. It was said, Miss Archie, you begging for a wrench. How am I begging for a wrench? I'm trying to tell you what somebody's doing in your chat. You're begging, the chat's telling me you're begging for a wrench? No, no. Go ahead and listen to the chat though. The chat is the worst. The chat is the worst. It ain't even about the trolls. I can give a F-U-C-K about the trolls. They can go jump off a cliff for all I care. Drive their car off a cliff for all I care. The ghost of Mr. Archie. Put in my face the absolute word. Put in my face with crying blue lines coming down my face. I put that picture on there. That is me. That's a picture of me. I put it up there when I went on Kalani's panel 3 times that day. So he could see who I was and his viewers could see who I was. I didn't put that up there for these trolls to go around picking and mocking Miss Archie. They're talking about you don't got no neck. You know what? You people are crazy. Y'all call me crazy. You people on YouTube are crazy. Y'all need to get it together. Get your lives together and leave Miss Archie alone because she left y'all alone long time ago. Now, y'all done pissed me off the way y'all say I pissed y'all off. Now, I'm getting ready to get out of here at 7:51. I'm going to go over there and sit and wait till those people open up those doors. And then I'm going in there to get that paperwork. And if I don't, I guess I get me a lawyer. Do I have money for a lawyer? No. Just like Social Security told me I couldn't get my husband's death benefits, because I made too much money. And then I found out last year I talked to someone to get paperwork on my children for this house, try to save this house. And then the man told me, white man, you can tell what color these people are when they're on the phone. When there's a foreigner, you can tell by the way they talk. Oh, he told me, Miss Archie, I don't know why that lady told you that. You could have got a check. He said all the money, when your husband died, all the money goes in the family pot. So your children each got a check, yes. Then a month later, I find out, I get a letter saying that he has an overpayment. So I called crying up and said, what are you talking about? My husband's no longer here. What are you taking almost $300 out of my children's checks for 3 years? What are you doing? I should have got a lawyer. Didn't. I ain't know. I don't know what to do. I didn't even know about what I was supposed to do with Social Security. I called Miss Henkamp, the lady I used to babysit for. Her husband had passed in January. My husband passed in April. She said, Edie, you got to go down to Social Security and get some money to take care of your children. I guess it's like child support, but it's disability. I don't know nothing about this stuff. I didn't know nothing about picking out a casket and seeing my husband die. I never saw nobody die before. I never saw that. That sticks in my head, you know. Then when I went down, everybody's trying to say, oh, Edie's still grieving. The same thing these dumb people, yeah, I'm going to say dumb people that don't know me on YouTube. Oh, she's still grieving. Dee Dee Love, she goes and makes videos about me. Lady DJ videos, Supernova videos, this one video. And Miss Archie's supposed to just shut up and take it, let these people talk about me. Miss Archie just blocked the people. Well, you know what happens when you block people? Ask Ian Riaz. He'll tell you. He said it before, but nobody listens to him either. He's the smartest person on this app. Autism, he's high functioning Asperger's. I taught the lowest form of autism, that spectrum, to the highest. He's the highest. He's smarter than all of us on YouTube. He's smarter than me, and I taught for almost 30 years. Okay, so I keep saying leave him alone. The more I say leave him alone, the more y'all come at him. The more I told those people to quit saying the Archie name, the more they used it. So you got to use reverse psychology. I said, Iron, you got to use reverse psychology on them. Whatever you want them to do, say the opposite. Get them to leave you alone. It worked for a while. Then, when they get smart enough to see what you're doing, it don't work no more. I tell these people, I give them what I'm doing. I'm telling them what I'm doing, and they still didn't take heed. They still didn't learn. They failed the test. Miss Archie didn't fail the test. Y'all failed the test. You are a moderator for 15, 16 people. You see everything. I see all the trolls. I see them come back with a fake another account and another account. So you can't win against Miss Archie. You can't. I'm a student. I'm a student. I write everything down. I'm a recorder. I took record keeping in high school when everybody else was taking typing. So I'm a human recorder, I guess. I don't know. I don't forget. I could tell you what I did back when I was in pre-K on Fort Bragg when I went to kindergarten half a day. When we lived in Alaska, I could tell you about the moose, the Eskimos, the field trips. I could tell you about the igloos I saw. I could tell you all that first through third grade. I came back when I was 8, came back to Fort Bragg. I was in the 4th grade. I had a teacher that had a boa constrictor in their desk. That's when the teachers could have live animals in the classroom in a box and made us touch it. I'm scared or terrified of snakes. He makes me touch that snake. I'm scared of it. I'm still scared of it. Still scared of snakes. I have a dream. My family, my mom, dad, my 2 brothers, and my sister over here, and I'm over here. That's why I say right and left. I'm over here and y'all over there. Then in that dream, the snake, a big snake, was there. And my parents and my family laughed. They were laughing, and the snake ate Miss Archie, ate little Edie. Yep, I had that dream. And you know what? It was what was going on. My dad used to drink. He and my mom used to get into it. He used to put his hands on my mom when she would get all in his face. She wouldn't back up. She would get all in his face. She'd cuss at him. She point at him. So she would grab him, and then he's I guess trying to get her off of him. He's swinging at her. You know. But my family let the snake eat me. Yep, in a dream. Yep, that's why I'm scared of snakes. I'm not scared of spiders. I'm not scared of roaches. I'm not scared of them big water bugs. Whenever they would come out and in the classroom, I didn't kill them and stomp on them because I didn't want to see the little guts coming out of them. That's gross on the bottom of my shoe. So I tell one of my students, open that door in the back door. This is when I was teaching kindergarten. 14 years kindergarten, 4 years of first grade. I said, open the door and I would get the broom and I would sweep the bug out and it would go on about its merry way. Hell, it probably crawled back in the classroom. I don't know. I just know in the bathroom, in the classroom, they would come up out of the drain. It'd be gross. When you turn the lights off, as soon as you turn the light on, when I was leaving, whether it was dark or if I went to run copies and I turned the light on, you see them crawling around, and then or they be in the bathroom. As soon as in the morning, as soon as I get there, I open the door, I keep it open, and there's a couple of or one sitting there. Ew, the grossest thing. My kids weren't scared of the bugs, but I was. The roaches, but I was. We call them water bugs here in the South. But yeah, just I say all this to say I'm running a little late because now it's 7:57. I'm gonna go ahead and let them get time to get in their offices, and I'm gonna be right on time. Press the little button because you know when the school shootings and stuff start, they have the little system where you have to press the button, and then they ask you who you are, and then sometimes you have to show your little ID up to them on the camera. So I'll go in there and I'll tell them what I need, and I'll sit and wait. Because I don't have an appointment. I'll just like I did last Thursday. I'll sit and wait patiently. Yeah, until I can get this information. And if I can't, then I'm gonna go get me a lawyer, I guess. It doesn't make sense. You have it. I brought it to you. It's mine in my folder that you have. It just don't make no sense to me. Dealing with my kids, they don't want to do the right thing right now. They're teenagers. You know how teenagers are. They think they know it all. They want to be the parent. My son's been trying to be my daddy since he was 8 years old when his daddy passed away. I try to shield him from it, protect him from. But when I went down, when he was 14, he stepped it up. He was taking a PE class. He was learning about stress, anxiety, depression. He said, "Mama," he said, "listen to this classical music." I was laying on the couch one day. I wasn't driving then. My mom was taking him to school, picking him up. He said, "Mama," she was Zari was at dance class. "Look at this, Mama. Listen to this." I said, "Okay." I did, and I did. He was trying his hardest. Bless his heart. But it had to be on my mama's time, on God's time. And that's what happened. It took almost 6 years, but damn it, it happened. I'm a stronger person. I tell these people on YouTube, I'm a Leo. We don't go out bothering people. We don't, but if you keep picking and picking and picking the way these people on YouTube did to Miss Archie, guess what happens? The sleeping lioness woke up. She sure did. That Leo in her woke up and she said, I will not take this abuse. I had verbal abuse. Mr. Skinny's panel, there were 6 people that came at me, content creators I was moderators for. Most of them came at me hard. If you felt that way about Miss Archie, you should have told her. Not get on a video where the whole damn world can see it. Embarrassment was what I was feeling. Humiliation was what I was feeling. That was verbal abuse. It was. Whether y'all think it is or not, that was verbal abuse. I'm smart enough to know that. I was cyberbullied on YouTube. My name put out there. I hear Lonnie say, "Oh, it's public information." No, the hell it ain't public information. I didn't put my information up there. I called my brother. I said, how does my name, my age, my political affiliation, my house, my husband's obituary picture, how does that get on Google?" He told me, "Edie, well, Facebook, you got Facebook?" I said, "Yeah, but I haven't been on it in 5, 6 years." He said, "Edie, they sell your information." I know they sell my people's information. I didn't know social media would do that to me. Put everything about me up there. And she's the only one that used it against me. All those people that she said I CC'd, they didn't do it to me until those 6 decided to do it. Yeah, yeah. You call it personal information. I call it private information. Because I didn't put, if I had put it up there, yeah, it's public. But I did not do that. So I say it's private. I don't care what y'all say. And then you say it's okay. People can dox you because it's public information. No. Are they doing it to you? Are you the one going through it? No, I don't think so. If you were, you'd be feeling the same way Miss Archie does. It's wrong. Even if it was up there, supposedly public information. They don't give you the right to put my government name out because I was stupid enough to use my real email, not knowing, oh, when my daughter helped me create the account in November, you're supposed to use a Gmail. I don't know I'm old school. I don't like technology. I don't like Google. I hate all this stuff. And I don't use the word hate, but I hate it all. After the experience I had in 4 months, y'all, 4 months. But it started in December, so it's been 3 months. You know, it's okay. It is what it is. I'm going over here and I'm gonna pray that the God put some patience in me because I have no more. That's why I can't go back in the classroom and teach because I know I'm gonna go off. Not to those little babies, but if a parent or an administrator comes at me, I will lose my job because I will tell them a piece of my mind. I sure will. At 53, almost 54, I ain't letting nobody I let people run all over me my whole life. I'm 5'3". Those students are bigger than me. Some of them 5th graders were bigger than me. That's why I stuck with the little ones. I'm not going to middle school and high school and them kids try to run all over me or hurt me because they think they can overpower a short woman or older woman. No. That's what these people on YouTube try to do, but you failed. You had me upset. You had me crying. I was pissed off at how y'all treat me when I was just trying to help you people. But guess what? Miss Archie she ain't trying to help nobody no more. She's on her own. I stand alone. I'm getting ready to go to the school board, standing alone, standing up for myself, for my children, for this house. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Then I'm gonna get on the road and take my son to college, back to college. Then I'm going to the cemetery to drop off a butterfly. My mother-in-law does the flowers. Me and my kids do butterflies because I forgot to do it. Take it with me. It's right there by the door, and I walked out the door Thursday and forgot it. So now I gotta drive 30 more miles down the road to go take this to him because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna go visit him at the cemetery. That same picture that's floating around on the damn internet because they want to tease and talk about the ghost of Mr. Archie. That's the same picture that's on his grave, on his tombstone. A picture that my daughter, when she was a year old, we always did family portraits. She's in that same picture, but she's cropped out. That same picture y'all got floating around the internet is on his grave with his vase where you can put the flowers down in with his birth date and his death date. Yeah, while y'all want to sit up there and play talking about the ghost of Mr. Archie. That same picture, I see that little oval, his picture, that beautiful smile. A man that was in pain his whole life. Imagine going and living and having a smile and having to just work yourself to death, is what happened. That's why he died. Everything, all his organs shut down. He went into renal failure, dialysis. That was the last straw. Dialysis. I didn't know what that meant. My cousin said my brother died from it. She said, Edie, break it down. Dialysis. What's the first 3 letters in dialysis? The way she said it to me, die. He's going to die. And that's exactly what happened. That's what happened. I'm okay with it. You guys aren't okay with it because y'all don't know what death's about. Y'all don't know how happy I am that he don't have to deal with sickle cell pain no more. Y'all don't know how happy I am that he's with the Lord. He's in heaven. That man was faithful to the Lord. He went to church every Sunday when Miss Edie didn't go to church. That man was in the church. He would go to the store, get groceries, bring them home. He's in his suit. He's in his suit. Not no jeans and a t-shirt and some tennis shoes. He was in a suit, tie, and dress shoes. Faithfully every Sunday, whether he was hurting or not, till he couldn't do it no more. He stayed. He fought for me. He said, we got in an argument back in 2010 or 2007. He said, Edie, you do want me to see Zari go to kindergarten? That's exactly what happened. He got to see his baby go to kindergarten, and then he passed on. See how God works? When I had to go to my mama's house and tell them, you can't go see daddy. Daddy's in heaven now. My daughter looked at me. I said, baby, you got to come with me. I can't tell them this. She's just turned 6. He's 8. The kindergarten is 3rd. He got to take the ELG. I was stressing over that. Please, Lord, let him pass that test. He passed it. They called me. You're not supposed to tell the parents before, like 2 days, 3 days after you're supposed to let them know the score. They called me that night. The assistant principal called me that night because she knew I was stressing. She said, Miss McCoy, he passed. I said, okay, thank you. That's God. That's God. My children, when I went down, the streets could have took them. My son could have been out there selling drugs. His friends were selling. He hung with them. You think he was out there smoking and doing all that, and smoking and drinking and doing all that stuff? No, he was just like his mama. When I hung out with my friends when I was 18, they tried to get me to smoke marijuana. I acted like I puffed. I don't know nothing about that shit. Just to get them off of me, peer pressure. My son is just like me. We're just like my father. We'll give you the world. We'll give you the shirt off our back. We'll give you our last dime. Even if you hurt us, even if you turn your back on us. That's me and my son and my father. My daughter too, but my daughter is a daredevil like her daddy. She's not scared of nothing. That's why she's acrobatic. She knows every genre of dance since she was 3. African, the ballet, tap, tumbling, lyrical. She's done it all. But she said, Mama, acrobatics is what I said, what is acrobatics? She said, Mama, when I do my front handsprings, my back handspring, my son, we were at the rec center, he taught her how to do an aerial. She kept falling and falling. My son, he stood up, he said, I got the video. I'm gonna put it on my page. Let y'all see it. Where he's encouraging his sister, and she does it. She didn't have the faith. She didn't believe. She kept falling. And then one day, that same day, after 3, 4, 5 times, she finally did it because she listened to her brother. Now I call them Thelma and JJ, and now I'm giving them Roger and Dee from What's Happening, because they always argue, fuss, fight, hit each other, throw things at each other. But when push comes to shove, I know if something happened to me, I know my son's gonna have her back. He told her she's not dating. He told me I'm not dating. So when people ask me, Miss Archie, when you gonna start dating? It's been so many years. First of all, you don't say that to a widow or widower. We don't think about getting with another person, whether it's male or female. We don't think about dating. We don't think about getting married again. We think about, I got these kids. I gotta take care of these kids. I gotta take care of all the bills. I gotta keep going. I can't go to the movies. I can't go to the beach. I can't do none of that. I gotta do all this. That's what we think about. We stress ourselves out. We give ourselves anxiety. That's what we do. We give ourselves depression. That's what we do. At least that's what Miss Archie did. But you know what? God was right there. He said, I will not leave you or forsake you. There were times when I would cry. Not that I was trying to hurt myself. I said, Lord, just take me. I lay in the bed. I want to be with my husband now. Please just come and get me. My kids will be okay because my mom and daddy got my kids. They've always had my kids from the 8 weeks. I had 2 cesarean sections. From 8 weeks, they give you 8 weeks. Not 6 weeks, they give you 8 weeks when you have a cesarean section, a C-section. They had them from until they went to pre-K at my school until they left me 5th grade. Yeah. So people on YouTube don't move me. People on YouTube that used my husband's picture or my picture in a disparaging, malicious way, it don't move me. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. So I guess that's what they're trying to do. It don't move me. It just makes me stronger. You can't hurt me. I've already been hurt enough in my life. When you got a cousin, when you're 18, 19, 20 years old, your grandmother passes away. She gets hit by a hit and run driver and killed. And she's your everything. She's more of a mother to you than your own mother. What was that? 1990, she got killed. July 14th. I was in my room. I hear my mom crying. I go to my mom and dad's door. I said, Daddy, well, what's going on? Why is mama crying? She's on the phone from my family from California. Edie, somebody hit your grandmother and they killed her. I'm devastated. She was my everything. She whipped my ass one time with a switch. and she whipped me with this. She made me go get it because I ran from her. She made me go get the switch, and then I didn't have the right one, so she went and got one more, 3 branches, and twisted it and beat my ass with it, and then turned the water on, told me to strip and get in that water, and I was burning. I was burning and stinging. I didn't care. That was my mama. She got me because I don't even know what I did. I know I ran from her. And she said, "Don't you run from me." And I did it. And she got a hold of my tail. Yeah, sure did. I got 3 paddlings when I was in school. One of them, 6th grade. I don't know what I did. Miss Townsend, she's my favorite teacher. I don't know what I did 6th grade, but she took me in the hallway and she paddled me. And then I do know what happened when I was in the 8th grade, in health class. Larry Peoples kept grabbing my purse. And, when girls, teenagers, you have your purse when you cycle. You don't want those little young boys looking and seeing what you got in your purse. And he was teasing me. And then the teacher caught me. Mr. Lewis caught me trying to get my purse, thought I was playing, and took me in the hallway and paddled me. And then the third time, I think I was in the 10th or 11th grade, high school, and there was a fight getting ready to break out. And then the bus driver said, y'all better go home. Y'all better not stay and watch this fight. And she took all our names down and turned us in. The next morning, we had to go to the principal's office, and he lined us all up, and he asked us our side of the story, and then he proceeded to tell you to bend over, and he popped my ass with that paddle. So 3 times I got a paddle. One time my grandmother beat my ass and made me sit in the hot water with the switch, and then my dad, all he had to do was raise his hand. He got, deep. He's in the military, in the army. He's got that bass in his voice. He just raised his hand, and I straightened up. Or if he had a belt in his hand, he showed it to us, and we saw what he had. We straightened right on up. My dad never put his hands on us. Never. He didn't put his hands on my mama because she was all in his face, but he never put his hands on her. He never whooped us. He just showed us. That's what you do with your children. You just show. I had a student, Lil Sean, I never forget him. His mother, I don't know why she put a short sleeve shirt on him, knowing she beat him with a belt buckle. She sent him to school. He used to cut up. She sent him to school. I would give him his normal color. But once this happened, I just put green. I just gave him green. That little boy he would cut up in my class because he was acting out what he saw at home. You look at these children, these troubled children, they're only acting out what they see either at home or if somebody's done something or touched them. They're only acting it out. They don't know, just like autistic children or adults, they don't know how to express themselves. That's what drew me to iron. And Lonnie gonna call me a groomer. Mr. Skinny, they called me a groomer, a pedophile. How would I be that if I was in the school system for almost 30 years? Teacher of the year, teacher assistant of the year. How? If I'm a groomer. Anyway, it's just sad. It's just sad. You give your all, you do your all, you do the right thing. You have a conscience, so if you do the wrong thing, it's going to eat away at you. So you just continue to do the right thing, and then you get treated like this in real life, and in this falsehood y'all got on this app. You get treated just called everything but a child of God. Knowing my faith, they talked about Jesus. You know, this weekend, people still going at each other. Do you not understand what Good Friday means? Look it up. You ain't got to look in the Bible. Since y'all want to be on Google all the time, Google Good Friday. Google Easter Sunday, the true meaning of Easter Sunday. Yeah. And you still had people on YouTube going at each other. Yeah. It's a sad day. The Lord brought us here. He put us in our mother's wombs. He created us. For 9 months, your mother carries you. And then you got black men on YouTube talking about you women. My own brother, you women. I said, don't put me in a box. Don't call me you women, because my daddy and my mama made me independent. I was young, and we had just moved into the neighborhood, and this little boy up the street, he wanted to, I guess he was trying to like me. I don't know. I'm riding my bike, and he stands in front of my bike, and he won't let me go up the street. And I fall off my bike, and I still have the scar right now. I'm looking at it on my right finger, and on my right leg, my knee. After all these years, the scars are still there, where a rock from the concrete went into my index finger on my right hand, and it left a hole. So that mark is there in the creases of my wrinkles on my hand. You can see the hole where that rock was there. And on my knee, on the right side of my knee, you can see about a quarter size circle where I scraped my leg on the concrete because he made me fall off my bike. I go home, I cried to my daddy. I said, Daddy, he's up there, Erky's up there. He won't let me go up the street. And I left my bike. He said, well, you know what? I thought my daddy was going to help me. No, he said, quit the crying and take your ass up there and go get your bike. I told my brother that story. He said, "Why did Daddy say that to you?" Because he was trying to make me independent. He said no, he shouldn't have said that to you. You're his daughter. He should have went and got the bike and fussed Erky out and all. See how that don't have children shouldn't speak on people that do have children. People that don't know Miss Archie shouldn't speak on Miss Archie unless you actually know Miss Archie. You don't want me to speak on you? Don't speak on me. You know, it all comes full circle. All this stuff comes full circle. I'm late. It's 8:14. I guess the Lord said just keep talking for a few more minutes and then I'll let you get out the door. Because I probably needed to calm my nerves, calm myself before I go in there angry and get in trouble because they won't give me what I want or what I need. You know, it's just sad. Like I say, keep receipts, keep a copy. Don't turn nothing in. I don't care if it's a gas bill or your gas receipt or a restaurant. Keep it, put it up somewhere, put the date on it, mark it, circle the date on it so you know. Because these people out here will lie on you and say you didn't do it when you know you did. They'll say they don't have the paperwork when you know you turned the paperwork in. All these years later, they gonna come talking about that lady gonna talk about I can't give you a mega record. You gotta go to your doctors. I said, lady, ma'am, do you not know how many? I don't even know how many doctors I saw that year. She's like, well, you gotta go to your doctors. I said, okay. You know, it's a shame. But y'all have a good day. Miss Hurst, she got things to do today. She ain't gonna be on YouTube. She gotta get my son. I gotta get over there to see if they'll give it to me, and then I gotta pick up a few medical records that I got them running copies from last Thursday, and maybe the paperwork will be in there. I don't know. I know my gynecologist should be in there. That Family Medical Leave Act paperwork. It's in my house somewhere. Do I know where it is? No, not at the moment. I know it's here, but I didn't have time. Mortgage company said we need our money. I didn't have time. So I went and I did the right thing and then they don't help me. So I'm going. This is the last time I'm going. And then if they don't, I'm gonna have to call me a lawyer somehow, I guess, to help me fight this thing. They don't want to give me my retirement. They want me to go back and teach another year in 11 months. Well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go back in the classroom. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. COVID hit. These kids are all messed up, social anxiety. Do you think I want to go in the classroom with a bunch of 5-year-old or even a fifth grader? I could teach up to sixth grade if I went middle school if I wanted to, but I need to stay right here. Maybe do online teaching. I don't know. I would love to go back in the classroom, but one, I don't have my materials because, like I said, I left everything. So I would have to buy all these materials. I don't got the money to buy all this new stuff. I do ever have a starter because I had just as much stuff up in my bonus room where I had all these books that I had bought. So I do have some teaching materials. But what I had in my classroom was an abundance. And I know people probably picked through it and took. I don't care because people gave me stuff. I really don't really mind that I left the stuff. It's just that if they want me to go back and teach in the classroom, I don't have anything to. I don't have the money to go out and buy $250 worth of stuff that I had just bought in August of that school year. Brand new stuff. Didn't even use it. Didn't have time to use it. Gone. Just everything's gone because I refused to go. I wasn't doing well then. I didn't want to go and pack up a classroom. Y'all know how hard it is to pack up a classroom, especially mine because of all the stuff I had. Like anything they needed, they would come take my bulletin board borders. They would come and take my paper, my composition books for my students. They knew I had it. They would come. They probably when I would leave for the day, they probably went in there and took what they wanted. I don't care. People help me. I don't mind helping. People gave me clothes when I was teaching, when I was pregnant. I didn't have to buy pregnancy clothes because the teachers that adored me, they just gave me, if they had clothes that were too big, they gave them to me, and that's what I wore. I bought a few things when I was pregnant, but I didn't buy a whole lot. Baby showers, I had two for Devon, one at school and one at home, and two for Zari, one at school, one for at home with my family and friends. I ain't have to buy nothing. But I did, however, buy my favorite blanket for them or my favorite onesie. I did splurge on my kids. I was told you work hard. You always, Miss Mary told me, she's like a mom to me, second mom. She said, you buy yourself something nice, take yourself out, eat, do something nice for yourself when you work hard. So when I had my kids, I started just buying things for them. I was content being a mom, being a wife, being a teacher. And then people want to come and step in and say, well, you, Miss Tucker, you going to go to, I'll put you in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade. No, I don't want to go I want to stay in kindergarten. No, I'm going to put you here. See how the devil works? My husband, Edie, go be a principal. I didn't listen. That's the only thing. After he died, a year after he died, I looked at his dialysis bag. All his stuff was still sitting there. My mom, she thought I was 4 months after he died. She said, "You need to get rid of this stuff." Okay, no, I'll get rid of it when I have time. I'm riding up and down the road for competition. I'm working till 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night. The janitor's kicking me out. I don't have time to. On weekends, we're at football games, basketball games, dance practice. I don't have, or at a competition out of town. I don't have time to go through this stuff. So I had a week to move. I saw his dialysis bag. He had one of those where you look for homes. I said, okay. So I did it. The secretary, Miss Robinson, same one that does my taxes. She had just bought a house, so she gave me her realtor. That man helped me. I got into this house. Got us in this house a year later. A year later after he passed, I saw his dialysis bag, saw the homeowner's paperwork. A year later, we're in this house. I got keys to a house. I should have bought a house years ago. I was too scared. I got approved 3 years prior before he died, but he didn't want to get a house at that time. He wanted to get a bigger car. He wanted me, his mom wanted us to move in a cul-de-sac two doors over from her. No, I'm not doing that. I got us into a house we rented, 3-bedroom house. He got us a vehicle, a bigger vehicle. I had a Ford Explorer that he had me drive. I didn't want to drive that thing. I had my little Chevy Cavalier. I was content with my hunter green Chevy Cavalier. Nope, he started driving it. He messed my car up. Car don't run. He wouldn't get the oil changed like he was supposed to and messed my little car up. So I was driving the Ford Explorer because, the car seats in the back and all. I had to learn how to drive a bigger car, but it wasn't hard because I used to drive a school bus. The school bus is as big as an 18-wheeler almost, you know. So I knew how to drive. I just didn't want to drive a bigger car. But I learned. You put me behind the wheel, I learned. You give me any task, I'll do it. You tell me don't do something, I'll do it. I'll go. You tell me go away, I'll go. You only gotta tell Miss Archie one time. You gotta show she's she's a visionary, audit, and an auditory learner. I hear and I see. That's how I learn. Other people learn differently, you know. So I'm getting ready to go so I can get over there and praying. Say a little prayer if you're spiritual, so Miss Archie can stay calm and get over there and get what she needs, so she don't have to go to all these other doctors. I was remembering some of them over the weekend, writing it down so I can remember in case I have to go searching for this one, and this. I did search for one. They were no longer there when I went last Thursday. They're no longer there. So say all this to say, y'all have a great day. It's Monday, day after Easter Sunday. Have a great Monday. Treat people well and let people treat you well. And everybody will live in peace, love, peace, happiness, and harmony. That's all I ever wanted for these YouTube people. But they say, oh, Miss Ice, this is the beef sector. I don't care. You can still have peace and harmony in the beef sector. Try it. Try it. Try Jesus. Try it. And when somebody says Jesus take the wheel, or somebody prays about the Lord or tells you about the Lord, don't pick on them about that. When my husband was dying, you know how many times I hollered Jesus? I was behind the bed, holding my face on his head. I felt every jerk. I felt the last jerk when he didn't move no more. I felt all that. My mother-in-law was on the left side, my father-in-law was on the right side. I went behind the bed. I put my head on his head, and I felt all that. That's what Miss Archie did. She had to live through all that. She had to have dreams where I would see him in a dream and he'd be laughing and smiling, and then I get up close to him and he'd disappear. Or the next dream, he's laughing and smiling, pointing at me, and I get close to him and then he runs away, and I can't catch him. So I asked one of the teachers. I said, Miss Neal, she's from Jamaica. Her father's a pastor. She's spiritual. I said, what does this dream mean? And she said, Miss Archie, that's the Holy Spirit telling you everything's okay. Don't worry about him. And she said, take care of y'all's kids and live a good life. And that's what I did until I ran myself down in the mud. Yeah, I ran myself down by not doing anything nice for myself. That's what happened. It's life. But people on YouTube don't understand that. They want to pick at Miss Archie. They want to bring her down too. But it's all right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. I hope cross your fingers. Miss Archie can get this paperwork. I can get us down the road, drop my son off on time, get to the cemetery, drop my butterfly off, and get my ass back to Fayetteville so I can possibly have time to go. My daughter is on a bye week this week, so she don't have dance. So I can drop her off excuse me, at home, and I'm going to go get some medicine for this. It's bronchitis. I know it is because it won't go away. And the Claritin, I'm taking it, it won't go away. So it's bronchitis. Had it before. Know what it's all about. You sit here and cough, and you have all that stuff, and you can't hardly talk. My ears are bothering me. I feel like I got a right ear infection. I sit up there and the coughing and the sneezing and all that stuff going, and then my chest is tightening up, and I can hardly breathe. It's bronchitis. So I'm gonna get that taken care of as soon as I get back to Fayetteville. And yeah, but y'all have a great day. Thank you all whoever came in. I haven't been looking at this chat. I see Ryder in here, and I see Young Riaz was in here. Yeah. So I say all this to say y'all have a great day, and do each other right. Do right by each other. Make up with if you're fighting with somebody on YouTube. Make up with them. Because when I first came on, it was a brotherhood. It was a sisterhood. It was none of this. What's going on today? Do right by people. Get right with family members. Make things right because you never know. You might lose them. Like I lost my daddy. You might lose. Hadn't seen him in 2 years because of COVID and all that. And they moved. Hadn't seen him only on FaceTime. And he was slipping into dementia, so he didn't know who I was anymore. So, yeah, all that going on. And then to lose my husband too, my children's father. Yeah, you better watch how you treat people because it might just come back to haunt you. Might just come back on you while y'all sitting there picking on Miss Archie because her husband died and she shared it with y'all and y'all want to pick. Talking about the ghost of Miss Archie. Well, maybe the ghost of Mr. Archie gonna teach y'all something. All right, y'all. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Miss Mckoy-Archie's going over here now. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good day. Iron Young Riaz, thank you. And Ryder, thank you. I always thank you. I love y'all so much for just listening to Miss Archie when you don't have to. Y'all have a good day. Bye.